Right. Then the fourth thing you should include in the final submission is case study. And it's very important. Okay. Now, case study is usually it should be maximum 3,000 words and must be on a project or projects that you have been personally involved in the 2 years prior to your assessment submission date. Okay. That is a requirement. It must provide a critical appraisal of the projects together with an outline of your learning outcomes. Your case study validity will be calculated on rolling period. I mean, it's obvious we discussed that. It is around 2 years. It should be within 2 years prior to your assessment submission date. Okay, and this is probably, from my experience, I would say case study is probably the most important document that you need to do when you go to the interview. And if you do properly the case study, maybe 30% or 40% of the whole process you have passed. So that is the importance of case study. Okay. Now let's see. RICS Quantity 7 and Construction Pathway Guide have given a particular set of guidelines to do the case study, and this is the template that you need to follow. Okay. First of all, you need to give an introduction about the project and what was your role, and it should be their suggestion is use around 500 words for this section. What did you do? What was your level of responsibility? Who were the stakeholders? What was the timeline of the project? Okay. And my approach. What is your approach? In this section, you should describe the key issues or challenges on the project. Now you have to identify a key issue or number of key issues. What do you mean by key issue? Key issue is not a thing that you can give straightforward answer. For example, as a quantity surveyor, you might be doing a lot of payments, or maybe doing a lot of variations, or preparing BOQs. So these are your day-to-day activities, and those are not fall as a key issue. Key issue is a issue that created while that happened while you are performing, that doesn't have a straightforward answer, and ideally it should be a showstopper. If you don't resolve it, you cannot go ahead with the project. So you have to resolve it, and there's no straightforward answer. Now you think professionally, critically, and laterally, and try to identify what are the options available to overcome this situation. And out of those options, you select the best option out of them to overcome the situation, and then you have to write how you overcome the situation. Okay, and then you have to say that, okay, I overcome that, and what have you learned from in reflection. So this is what the case study is all about. Okay, so you have to find a key issue first of all, and you may write about one or more key issues, but you need to make sure that your word count cannot be exceeded. So ideally it should be 1 or 2 key issues maximum. Okay, and you have to now explain the issue. Why it was an issue, why it was become a challenge for you, and then you have to explain the options and the solutions that you have identified. Okay, and then you have to mention that some options was not so good and what are the reasons. So advantages and disadvantages for each and every option you need to give. And then your achievement. In this section, you describe what you achieved and how you achieved it. So you have to demonstrate your ability to think logically, laterally, and professionally, giving examples of where you gave recent advice to a client for your level 3 competencies. So you have now identified the options, and you laterally check and critically check what are the advantages and disadvantages. You select the best, and now you advise the client. That client can be your line manager or a separate third party stakeholder as well. Okay. Conclusion. Then you have to give a conclusion and explain in reflection what you have learned and what is your analysis of your performance. Okay. And then you have to mention in the appendix what are the competencies demonstrated in this case study. And then if there's any other appendices you need to attach, you can do that in the appendix B as well. And you have to make sure that your key issue, okay, should cover the competencies that you have selected in your part A, quantity design construction. For example, you should not select structural engineering kind of options, Okay, there's a problem, which kind of, girder that we need to put it into this, particular solution. So is it a property or is it a trough solution? That is structural engineering. That is not related to quantity surveying. But if you discuss about the commercial part of it, maybe yes. So you have to come to the your competencies, okay, and then show what you can do through the case study, okay. And this case study will be used for the first 20 minutes of the interview. So that's why it's very important, okay.